Coming up on WMLT, 5 little pumpkins are missing.
Plus, we have all the tips for how to survive a scary movie. The Halloween edition of WMLT starts right now.
Hi, I'm Josh Bennett.
And I'm Holly Williams. A rather spooky incident has occurred on campus involving some pumpkins. WMLT's Kristen Osborne is live from behind the Student Center with more. Kristen?
Thanks, guys. I'm here on the hillside behind the Student Center where the missing pumpkins report has been declared. It has been confirmed that 5 small pumpkins seen earlier Monday morning mysteriously disappeared. Campus police has also issued a code orange on the incident. An anonymous caller called the WMLT Mac Lab earlier this afternoon explaining to us that they saw these 5 little pumpkins right before they vanished into thin air. The caller sent in also photos of what the pumpkins looked like so that they could be easily identified if spotted. The statement that I will be reading to you is exactly what the anonymous caller saw and heard before the whole ordeal happened. 5 little pumpkins were sitting on a gate when the first one said, "Oh my, it's getting late," while the second one said that there were witches in the air, and the third one said, quote, "Now I am getting scared," end quote. Then the fourth one said, "Let's run and have some fun." Yet the fifth one said that the fun had just begun. Now this part is rather peculiar, but the anonymous caller said that this is exactly what happened next. Swoosh went the wind, and out went the lights. And the 5 little pumpkins then rolled out of sight. If anyone has any information about these pumpkins, please notify the staff of WMLT. We will keep you updated more on the issue as we learn more. Back to you at the desk.
Recent reports out of Bikini Bottom have confirmed a hash-slinging slasher sighting. The hash-slinging slasher was a former fry cook at the Krusty Krab restaurant where he unfortunately lost his left hand on Halloween many years ago. As a substitute for his missing hand, he had a spatula put in its place. Every Halloween since the accident, he has come back to the Krusty Krab to torment employees and customers. He has recently been seen across the street from the restaurant, standing menacingly and walking around scratching the glass of windows of the Krusty Krab with his rusty spatula. He is considered crazy and extremely dangerous. If you see him, please call the chief of Bikini Bottom Police, Larry the Lobster, at 1-800-BIG-RED. Be safe out there.
A group of vigilantes have taken the law into their own hands. They have been tracking down some of the scariest monsters across the country and bringing them to justice. This group of 2 guys and 2 girls, along with their dog, known as Mystery Incorporated, have been traveling across the country in their van to find and bring to justice some of the world's worst ghouls in the world. The leaders, Fred Jones, said, quote, "No monster is safe if you are terrorizing citizens in this country, then you can be assured that you will be brought to justice," end quote. Although the group has found that most of their monsters have actually turned out to be regular criminals in costumes, they seem oblivious to this fact. Another member of the group, Shaggy Rogers, was quoted as saying, like, "These monsters are everywhere, man. Like, I never thought they existed when I was, like, younger. Like, me and my best pal Scoob just went to eat, man," end quote. Whether the monsters are real or not, it does not seem to matter, as Mystery Incorporated has a perfect 100% success rate when on all of their cases.
WMLT will be right back. Welcome back to WMLT. There are some really scary movies everyone likes to watch this time of year. Jesse Stevens has a suggestion on what you should watch in this week's Ticket or Leave It.
Yeah, was super scary. The scariest movie I've ever seen.
You can't get rid of the Babadook.
Hello, and welcome to Ticket or Leave It. I'm Jesse Stevens. Given the fact that Halloween is creeping up on us, I'm sure you're all in the mood for a horror movie. So, here we go. The Babadook tells the story of a single mother and her paranoid son, Samuel. After reading a creepy children's book before bed, Samuel is certain that there is an evil creature lurking through their house. He arms himself every single day with his toy weapons and practices fighting the evil. His mother, Amelia, is obviously under the impression that the monster lives only in Samuel's imagination. But when the events from the book start to come true, Amelia thinks twice. The evil being that once lived only in Samuel's head begins to haunt his mother as well. And soon, both Samuel and Amelia realize that they are not alone in their home. The Babadook is not your typical horror film. It's not gory, and it does not rely on pure shock to scare viewers. The scariest part of the film is the production. Almost every single scene is filmed in a dark house. I constantly found myself leaning forward and to try to see what was creeping in the corners. And on top of that, the sound effects are absolutely chilling. The evil that haunts Samuel and Amelia makes some of the most unnerving noises you have ever heard in your life. The Babadook is one of the scariest movies I've seen in a long time, and I would be willing to bet that it will terrify you too. The Babadook scores 4 out of 5 stubs. It's currently out on DVD and Blu-ray, so it might just be the perfect pick this Halloween. And that's it for this week's Ticket or Leave It. I'm Jesse Stevens. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, Jesse. Unfortunately, there are also some terrible scary movies out there. Here's Portia Thompson with the 3 worst scary movies of all time.
Hello to all the horror scary movie lovers out there. I want to talk to you about 3 of the worst horror scary movies from the year 2003 to 2015. If you don't scare easily, you do not want to watch these movies as your horror scary movie night for the Halloween holiday. First up on my list, Quarantine, 2008, starring Jennifer Carpenter. This movie is about a reporter following firefighters and police officers around trying to get a story. While in the midst of this report process is happening, people die and the reporter witnesses the cruel crimes committed on those victims. This movie is not scary because when a scene shows, and it should be the appropriate time to scream, that is ruined with the reporter actress Jennifer Carpenter screaming the whole time for no good reason. And a bad scream just ruins the whole thing. Silent House, released in 2011, starring Elizabeth Olsen. The plot focuses on a young woman who is terrorized on her family vacation home while cleaning the property with her father and uncle. During the film, a lot of unexplained occurrences happen, and Elizabeth Olsen keeps seeing this girl that says they were childhood friends. Long explanation short, the occurrences in the movie are not scary, and the reason as to why they happen are not scary. It's basically a young woman being reminded by her imaginary friend of all the bad things that her father and uncle did to her as a child, and her paying them back in the way they more than likely deserve. The Visit, 2015, the most recent scary movie I'm sure that most of us went to see or plan to go see before it leaves the theaters. I won't ruin it for those of you who are looking forward to watching it, though I will just give my personal review. In my opinion, it was not scary. It was more of a comedy/drama rather than a horror/scary movie. That's just my opinion, being the fact that I don't scare easily and I love scary movies, but there were other attendees in the theater who were scared during certain scenes, so maybe you'll have to watch this one for yourself and decide. The point of this list of these 3 horror scary movies is that they are not scary because if someone doesn't do right by you or commits a violent act against you, don't be scared. Just do unto others as they have done to you.
Thanks, Portia. We have just received breaking news update on the missing pumpkin case. It has now been confirmed by local authorities that the 5th pumpkin has pumpkin napped the 4 other missing pumpkins. The WMLT staff was sent a ransom email, which is weird because I didn't know pumpkins could type. That read, quote, "Here are 2 family photos I have taken with my brothers and sister pumpkins. Put that on the air and I will spare the rest of their lives. I am also demanding $50 for a bus ticket to get out of town. Sincerely, the fifth pumpkin from the patch. Now, at the expense of these poor other pumpkin lives, we will be airing these gruesome photos. Viewer discretion is advised, so please, this may be difficult for some children to watch. As you can see, the fifth pumpkin is holding a knife to one of the pumpkin's heads. Another has a screwdriver in its back, one has a black eye, and the last one has a knife sticking out of its side. These pumpkins are in grave danger with their evil brother holding them captive. If anyone has any information on where the pumpkins are located before it is too late, please contact us so that no more pumpkin lives may be at stake.
Now here's James Riley, tips on how to survive a scary movie.
Hello everyone, I'm James Riley. I'm sure many of you have seen horror films in the past. If you haven't, what I'm about to say is even more necessary for you to pay attention. Here are the top 10 things you can do to better your chance of survival. Number 1, maintain a healthy diet. Rarely in scary movies do the obese survive. Number 2, if you happen to be a minority, you may be out of luck, as zombies have a preference for dark meat. But there is hope, however, that if there are multiple survivors. Number 3, if you're used to being that person whom no one likes, you may encounter something we call viewer satisfaction, as your life is taken by the monster and or villain. Number 4, the know-it-all usually says something naive like, oh, this isn't real, or you guys are just seeing things. Don't be that person. You're in a movie and it's real to you. Number 5, do not run into the woods, go upstairs, or check on the crying witch. Number 6, don't answer tweets, snaps, or texts from the dead. And if you have a friend who has recently passed, do not unfriend them. Number 7, don't play dead. Killers know death when they see it. Number 8, if you have the chance to kill the killer, do so. He or she does not want to be your friend. They will not provide you with a reference letter, and they do not wish to have tea. Number 9, when in hiding, practice what many like to call shutting the heck up. Number 10, most importantly, maintain the usual or basic amount of balance while running. You do not need to be an Olympic sprinter, nor do you need to know the perfect hiding spot. If you can move without falling over your own feet, you may survive. These are your tips for improving your chances of scary movie survival from WMLT.
Thanks, James. Now here's Brady Meadows with a special tribute to a man responsible for millions of nightmares.
Hey guys, I'm Brady Meadows. It's October now, and that means that Halloween is soon upon us. It's the time of year when everybody rushes to start watching their favorite scary movies. Back on August 30th, the horror industry lost one of its most famous pioneers. Wes Craven died at age 76. Wes Craven was probably most well known for creating Freddy Krueger and the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. But for me, he had a huge impact because he's really the reason that I got into scary movies in the first place. When I was 8 years old, I saw the very first Scream movie, and I just loved it. So when Wes Craven died, it was really sad for me. And in his honor, I went around campus today and asked everybody what their favorite scary movie was.
What is your favorite scary movie?
You.
Probably The Babadook.
It's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Bad App and Lou Costello meets the Wolfman.
The Skeleton Key.
It's The Orphan. Yep.
Human Centipede, number 2.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Probably the original Alien, the first Alien movie. Gotta be honest.
I like American Horror Story, if that counts as a scary movie.
Nightmare on Elm Street 1 through 8.
Hocus Pocus. Cabin in the Woods.
Thank you.
Mr. Ghostface, what is your favorite scary movie?
Really? For the record, my name is Ghostface, I get very irritated when people call me Scream. My name is Ghostface.
Hey, what up, Scream?
This just in, the fifth pumpkin has been taken to pumpkin police custody and has been prepped for execution. We have been sent video footage of the execution in action to show our viewers. Please, viewer discretion is advised. The execution style chosen for this offender is being smashed to death.
Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. Yeah.
Should we pick it up?
As you can see, my makeup looks fabulous. There are some tips on how your makeup can look great too this Halloween. Hello everyone, my name is Holly Williams and today I'm going to be showing you how to do a quick makeup tip. I'm going to be trying to do the zipper face. So what you're going to need is a zipper. You are going to need fake blood, and any kind of glue is optional, but today I'm going to be trying to use eyelash glue, so hopefully that will work, and a sponge. So the first step that we're going to do is take our glue, and we're just going to rub it all across the back of our zipper here. And this is the first time that I'm trying this, mind you, so if this does not go well, just look it up on YouTube. So I'm going to go ahead and I found my placement. I'm going to push it on my forehead. And it's, oh, let's try that again. Okay, it might not stick. I did not try this out before I did this. So if we just let that dry, we're going to continue to paint the back of this. And you can paint your face a little bit with the glue if you really need to. This is not going as smoothly as I thought it would. Okay, and you're going to just glue that on and keep doing that all over the sides until we have that. So it might take me a minute. This does not seem like it is working right now. Okay. Okay, let's try this. This might turn out to be really ugly. Okay, let's try this again. So we have this part that's glued, and then now we're going to just finish with the bottom here. Glue that all nice. This is really hard to do by yourself, so you might need somebody to help you. Okay, so this is obviously taking too long. So, the next solution, if your glue is not drying fast enough, you get a nice big old piece of tape, and you just tape it on the bottom, right there. It's okay if it sticks out a little bit. And then you take the other side and you tape it on this side like so. Okay, now you have that. And then you take this, and the tape is clear. Always use clear tape so that they don't see that you're using it. Okay, can barely tell, can barely tell. Just put your hair over it. Okay. Now the next step is the fake blood. So what you're going to do is take your little spongy sponge and you're just going to go, I guess, glop it all over. And then try not to make a big mess. You might want to put some newspaper underneath it. And all you're going to do is just rub it all around like so. Just get some better glue because this tape is not doing well. So you're just going to keep glopping it on there. Get it on your mouth too to make it look like it's more believable. So as you can see from far away, it looks kind of creepier than in person. And this might get a little messy, but you gotta do it all around your nose and up your nose, and get in the corners and edges right there. And try to just dab it a little so it looks like it's just fresh blood coming down. And I think that's basically how you do a zipper face. Like I said, this is not the most accurate way to do it, so I would definitely suggest going to YouTube and finding somebody who knows what they're actually talking about. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning into this special Halloween edition of WMLT. I'm Josh Bennett.
And I'm Holly Williams.
Happy Halloween!